Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a pretty grim rack. It's balanced, but it's very non-bingo-y. Nice start for opponent, 30 points. And I have an E for going underneath the Z. And really I'd like to play off as many tiles as possible. There's very little worth holding on to here. Possibly just one of the E's. Now, I have seen Emu, which is quite nice. It sorts out the vowel consonant balance. It doesn't offer very much in return for opponent. Rack leave is ropey, but preponderance of consonants, which is good. And the score is good, 30 points. So I am going with this. Well, all consonant pick, which is not great. I have the ing ending, but I don't have any 8s with this rack. However, probably too good to change. Feg is good, so I have bring in row J. Emu only takes an S, and Z takes nothing in front. Wow, 30 points for opponent, and he keeps the board tight. Z takes an A and an S after it. I have neither. Fed only takes an S. Well, I am thinking about changing now, because I don't think there's anywhere for me to play. So, just confirming that, I think the best I could do might be something in column 9, ending Z, but the rack leave would be atrocious and the score very low. So I am changing, and I'll keep... Well, the B and G have to go. There are no 7-letter lanes for bingos ending ing. So I'll get rid of the G and keep INRT. Well, all 1-point tiles, which is in itself fairly bingo-y, but I have duplicates, I have no E or S, so this isn't a great rack. Unless I'm overlooking a bingo. I've drawn no A for going after Z, which is the best way of developing the board without an S. Well, I now do have a couple of available floaters. Does the A assist? I have the Asian ending. What does that go with? RIN, so in ration, nothing there. Through an E, I would have tenorini. Just wondering if there are any other suffixes to consider. I guess ANT. I've got the anti-prefix. Just in terms of generating bingos, it wouldn't go. I'm not seeing anything through the V. Do I have a double-double through the A, a non-bingo-y one? Well, close to intrant. I'm thinking about playing down here. Noint, keeping IR. Can I do any better? That's 20 points keeping IR. I think that's probably the best rack leave I can achieve playing off 5 tiles. And I can't see anywhere great for playing off just a few tiles. So 20 points. More balanced rack, and I have the Y for score. Not seeing a 7 with this rack. And all of the floaters duplicate tiles on my rack, which isn't promising. Just 24 for opponent, so although I trail, I'm not masses behind. I don't think Tor takes a Y. I'm going to check that. I think it's IE. Yep. So, how to sort the rack out? Do I have a double-double in row E? Don't think so. Advised has stopped the development of the bottom half of the board via an extension for Z. So it's really dependent on the emu's hook. Floaters in Noint, mainly just the N, which isn't massively useful. So this is a really tight board and I trail, so this isn't promising. I think I need to turn over tiles and try and draw an S, because at the moment an S is super hot. It would hook Fed, it would hook Emu. So I need to do so without providing masses of opportunity for opponent. Now, Viewy is good. So do I have any VY words? I do not. Noint only takes an S at the end. 14 minutes on my clock. Just wondering about playing Vinery. 24 points, providing a super easy scoring spot. Is there a play which stops one square short? Well, I can play Very, not a good rack leave, but it's not gifting opponent a massive scoring spot. With 3 successive consonants, he's going to struggle to get a big play in row A. Now, do I have an alternative which uses some of INO rather than ERR? Not that I can see. I'm going with this. Well, through an E, I would have in holder. But overall, this is a poor rack. And all of the S's and blanks still to come. I trail by 30. Opponent on turn. Tor doesn't take a Y, but it does take a T and an A. Just 30 points for opponent. My H is the scoring tile. Where can that play? 13 minutes on my clock. I could play Rhino. Doesn't feel great. Just looking at the board though, this middle block of 9 tiles really hampers development. I could make a short play in column 7, something like Ho. For 20 points. Rack leave is horrible. So what can I do that's better? There is an opening in the top of the board because there are hooks for the T, so column 12, 13 and 14 are all available. So I'd quite like to play across onto the OI or N to create vertical lines. So do I have a play ending in N? Not that I can see. 12 minutes on my clock, 57 tiles to come. Just looking at the I and the O. I could play Who. Wow, this is such a tricky position. Credit to opponent for making it so tricky. I'm coming back to Rhino. I don't particularly like this triple letter square next to the O. The X could play there, but any such play would open column 15. I'm more worried about the score and Rackley, both of which are dismal. Surely I can do better than that. Do I have a play just playing in the top right, hanging on to a vowel? Don't think I do. What about playing highly? Only 12 points, but I'm keeping 2 vowels and creating nothing. I'm going with this. So I have Sordino, which plays in, well, at least pluralizing emu, and also in column 12 because of Tawaz and 2. Indoors is its anagram. That plays in column 12. That plays in row K. I am bingoing. And just a face value bingo for opponent. So this game is on. Where is best? I think here for indoors. For 72. I draw the X, which goes nicely with the first O of indoors. And I have some vowels. I have ibex on my rack. This central block still exerting its malign influence on the board. Fortunately, lustrine and indoors have opened up avenues around it. Do I have anything across from the D? And I'm looking to get rid of the X. 21 for opponent. Hock takes a K. Has not created any massive spots, although has actually created a couple of spots for ibex, both of which are dangerous. So what's best here? I quite like X. But a slightly preponderant level of vowels. 37 points is good. Can I do any better than this? Let me put this back 9 minutes on my clock. Ticks is good. So do I have a play coming down from the R? No, I don't. Do I have a play through the C? With the X tripled? I don't. A play down from the L, getting the X tripled? No. Nothing else worth considering up here. So I think it does have to be X for 37. Not a great rack, but not terrible either. It's just non-bingo-y, so I'm really looking at the B for score. 80 points for opponent, fantastic. What can I do? Well, I can certainly sort the rack out with Bine for 31, and this is quite a good rack leave. Anything better? I am mindful of the time. Quack takes an S and a Y. I have neither. I'm going with this. Well, no bingo here, but good scoring tiles in the B and the Y. I could at least play that top right, by and by, for nearly 30 points. I trail by 100, 24 tiles to come, including 2 blanks and an S. So, what is best? If I play BY, the rack lever VNORR isn't that great. What about making OXO or OXY? So I could play Orby. Rackley's quite nice, R-E-N. Deb does take an E, but there are only 2 left, and I have 1. Oxy takes nothing. It's 30 points, which is good. And I'm leaving the floaters in Lustrine and the row K bingo lane alone. And R only takes an E, so actually column 15 only available for plays with ES or double E. I'm going with this. Great, this looks close to a bingo. Not seeing a 7. But I've got a few floaters in Lustrine to consider. So how about the L? Not seeing anything there. U, I have the un prefix. Not seeing anything. S. No. T. No, so I'm not seeing a bingo. 20 tiles in the bag. Well, I'd overlooked the T hook, but that's only 21 points, which is good. Row D is a bingo lane for bingos ending in N. Through an R, I would have Renogram. What words end or suffixes end in N? Well, man and men. Not seeing anything. Now, Marengo is good. And that plays, my word, because of OB. I have Marengo and Megaron on my rack. This is a 7-letter bingo set. Wow. And one of them goes. Fantastic. Marengo for 78. Bang! I draw the J. I trail by 30. I need a big J play. So the J can go above the A of Marengo. Where else? ESH not good, and I'm looking at playing in column 11. Still both blanks to come. And no E's. Interesting. Opponent takes out that J spot. Doesn't create a new one. I don't have anything to go after double A. 6 minutes on my clock, 10 tiles in the bag. So, what do I do? And opponent has blocked Jigger, which is annoying. So I haven't seen anywhere to play anything at the moment. 5 minutes on my clock. I've got Jig top left. Nothing onto the N. Let me see what this scores. Well, that's 29. Opponent only got 12 for double A, which suggests that he wasn't only blocking, but also hanging on to a pretty decent 5-letter set. Double A does take a couple of tiles in front, but not particularly bingo-y ones. B and M. And F. So I have Jig for 29, quite a nice score. But do I have something even better? Job doesn't look useful. I don't have any GEI something UN words. Nothing ending E or IN. So I think it is going to be Jig. And I draw a blank. And the rest of the rack, not too terrible. I trail by 15. So I have Ecotage on my rack. Don't think that plays anywhere. Look at this, the floating E, wide open. No E's in the bag. Just checking column 1 for Ecotage. That doesn't fit. Ear. I thought that was AR. It's AA. So row L is a bingo lane. 4 minutes on my clock. Do I have any other 7s? Not that I can see. What about a play beginning with T? Not seeing anything. Nothing beginning with J. Wow. 22 for opponent. He leads by 37. So 4 minutes on my clock. Has opponent created anything? A floating A in last place, effectively. His opponent has taken out bingo lanes. Let me run through the alphabet. 3 minutes on my clock. I'm looking for bingos with this rack plus an A. And that is Ecotage. Let me just put this back because there is row D for bingos ending EN or ON. I have the co prefix, so co-regent nearly works. 3 minutes. I don't have very long to run through the alphabet, so this rack really plus an A, although I'll try and keep an N in mind as well. Not seeing anything so far. In truth, it's not a great rack. Close to Jock Teleg, which is a good 9. Still not seen anything. That would be co-regent through an R and concrete. Just nothing ending in N. Nothing there. That would be ecotages through an A. Still nothing. Okay, so nothing. 2 tiles in the bag. Do I play off 1 or 2 tiles? And what do I play? Really tricky. And I'm short on time. Do I play 2 tiles? Probably not. I need to leave open all bingo lanes. I am going to play off 2 tiles. I'm going to play go. And hope... Well, I don't think opponent will bingo. And I'm not going to spend longer finding a better spot. So I draw the F and the U, pretty rubbish tiles. Opponent could go out with a bingo now. But supposing he doesn't, do I have anything? Co-feature is good through an O, A and R. So I don't have that. Feculent is good, that doesn't work. Nothing beginning with the J. What about a play beginning life? Not seeing anything. What would a bingo look like with an A towards its end? Something like feculate, but the A has got to be in last or penultimate position. So maybe a play ending EAU. I'm thinking this is a pretty hopeless position. There's only 20 points between us, but opponent can go out in 2. Do I have a play beginning with the J which gets tripled? Not that I've seen so far. I've considered LI. I haven't considered T. Not seen anything. Anything ending in P? I don't think so. The 7 would need to end B. C. Well, I have a C. F. I have an F. That's not looking hopeful. M. Well, interesting. Opponents created a new lane for 9s ending A, L. I don't have anything which fits in that spot. He can probably go out. Do I have any 6-letter plays which end C or F? Don't think so. So I'm running out of time and ideas here. Jeff A for 18. Can't be best. What about a play in row O? Not seeing anything, so I'll go back to Jeff A. I know this isn't best, but opponent is now going to go out and has multiple options. And the final score, 392 for me, 445 for my opponent, a winning margin of 53 points, so well done to my opponent. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first, pretty grim rack. He plays Fez. And this is my rack, and I play Emu, and I like that. Opponent's rack, still grim, plays Dodd, and this had a really suffocating effect on the game, and was a good play since he was in the lead. I changed here. And J7, I could have played dodging for 22, keeping BRT. That would have been worth doing, but look at this. Examiner is only suggesting 4 possible plays. The others going through EMO, but I think dodging would have been the play. Opponent's rack, wow, absolutely horrendous. Plays through it with advised. And this was my rack, and I played Noint. And I think the only thing better would have been Knight on to avoid placing a vowel next to a premium square. Opponent's still wading his way through his V's and W's, but does have a lead of 50 points. My rack. Tortery, quite nice. Vinery opens up column 15. So I actually like my play of very, but these top moves, probably not a huge amount between them. Opponent plays Wat. And, wow, look at this, nothing over 20. And I really struggled with this. And in the end, I went with High Life for 12. And I quite like that. DINOR. Is it 8 points better than DILNR? Probably not. But these plays of HI, I don't know, I think the play of HI, the trouble with that is that it is creating a hotspot in column 6, whereas Highly creates absolutely nothing. Now, this was opponent's rack. He has a choice of bingos, plays Lustrine. And amazingly, given what rubbish racks we've both been having, we are both able to bingo. And I play indoors. Not at K1, but for 2 fewer points in column 12 to avoid opening up access to triple word squares. Now, opponent plays Hawk. I trail by 60. And I play EX. I could have played Rexine, B13. Yeah, that's quite nice, gives nothing away. And the rack lever BE. Is that better than BEEIN? I think it probably is. I suspect BE is -1 or something. BEEIN. Maybe -2 or 3, I'm not sure. X not a bad play. And this is a fantastic play by opponent. Quack for 80. Puts him firmly in the lead. And I have this rack. So I play Bine for 31. I could have played off the R for a further 9 points, and that would have been better. Opponent plays Pies. And I have Orby for 30, and I like that. So I trail by 90. This is opponent's rack. He plays Debt. And I have Marengo, which gave me hope. Opponent 5 A's, and his lead just 30 points, so certainly not coasting to victory. And this is where he played double A, which was quite nice. It addressed his A problem and took out useful floaters and a useful J spot. My rack has deteriorated, and the best I can see is Jig for 29, which does bring me to within 15 of opponent, which holds out the possibility of catching him without bingoing. Opponent gets 22. I have the blank. I am 37 behind, and there are 2 tiles in the bag. And look at these absolutely tragic scores. Unbelievably dismal. So what do? I play Go for 13, and I like that. I think there's very little between this and any other plays here. I certainly don't want to play off more than 2 tiles because I want to preserve the possibility of bingoing. It's arguable that playing off 1 tile would have been better because it would have left 1 in the bag. But anyway. Wow! Missed bingo by opponent. He could have gone out with dilatable at F5 through A and E. Very difficult to see. Instead he played LA, and this is my rack, and in reality I need to bingo to win. And there is a bingo here. Wow! Effectual. Onto AL, that 9-letter lane created by opponent, effectual, was available. Wow, what an end to the game that would have been. Gosh. So, should I have spotted it? It's not in my card box, but effect is an English word, and UAL is just about qualifies as a suffix, so it was there. I had 1 minute on my clock and I didn't find it. Well done if you did. So missed bingos by both of us at the end. And then opponent went out with tiled. So what a game. Really grim start, especially with this block in the middle. Then it exploded into life with successive bingos for my opponent and I, with Lustrine and Indoors, and then a nail-biting end to the game where we both missed bingos on our final rack. So, all good fun. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I look forward to seeing you again for the next 900 videos. Thank you for watching.